is how you park in Italy. Yes, I collect sugar bags.
We are now here in Rimini for a few days to check the beach because, well, it's summer.
Yeah, let's go.
It's also our first time here, and if you have seen our Imola and Bologna video, we had to cancel our trip because of flooding in the region, but that was in spring. To reach our hotel, we took a bus from the train station as it was the cheapest compared to taking a taxi. It only costed us less than €2 per person. In case you're wondering, it's easy buying a ticket. There's a ticket office just right outside the train station. This mode of transportation is not advisable though if you have a lot of luggages. There's limited space inside the bus and it's a bit tight.
The next day.
After a slow first day recovering from traveling, our first order of business now is getting coffee and looking for a place to have lunch.
I collect sugar bags and I like these, huh? I could definitely find much more.
As we are quite hungry, we went for the nearest restaurant with decent prices and decent reviews. Afterwards, it's time to hit the beach. Our first impression, it's quite disappointing. The water is murky and there's sea foam. But on a positive note, sea foam is often an indication of a productive ocean ecosystem. The biggest letdown is how commercialized the coastline is. Do note that spaces here are not for free. The beaches are all property of the state, and most of it are lent to private establishments, colloquially known as bagni. If you see a beachfront with umbrellas and sunbeds, that means you need to rent out one in order to be at that beach. But you can also use the establishment's facilities. Don't fret if you do not like to pay, as there are also free public beach areas. You can find that information on the official tourist information site of Rimini. However, those places are not equipped with restrooms and showers. The following day, we're on our way to San Marino. This is actually the main reason why we're here, as the only way to reach San Marino is by bus from Rimini, which takes around 1 hour.
Let's go.
So, why visit San Marino? First and foremost, its historic center and Mount Titano are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's the oldest and one of the smallest countries in the world. This microstate was founded in 301 AD, when Saint Marinus, a stonemason from the then Roman island of Rab in present-day Croatia, founded an independent monastic community on Monte Titano. It is the third smallest country in Europe after the Vatican City and Monaco, and the fifth smallest country in the world. Also, San Marino is one of 3 countries completely surrounded by another country. The other 2 are the Vatican, also surrounded by Italy, and Lesotho, surrounded by South Africa. The country's economy is mainly based on finance, industry services, retail, and tourism, and it's one of the wealthiest countries in the world. If you plan on shopping here, it uses the euro, although it's not part of the European Union. Just don't forget that both EU and non-EU residents can claim tax refunds. You can also get the San Marino card, which can be requested for a fee from partner banks and merchants. It allows for discounts on purchases at participating stores. Aside from shopping, admiring the historical and visual setting of San Marino is one of the best things you can do. There's no shortage of public squares, monuments, and buildings.
Marks 8, 9, 10. That one. A church.
It's a church? So, how's San Marino during summer? It's not really hot, surprisingly. The highest temperatures averaged around 25 degrees Celsius. But this may be a bit different in the coming years because of, well, climate change. There's also a lot of shade and your energy will not get sapped too much by the heat. In case you're tired and hungry, there are several cafes and restaurants where you can catch a break from all the walking. San Marino has 3 towers, but only the Gvidon and Sesta towers are open to the public for a fee. Go inside and check them out if you fancy it.
50, 60, 70, 80, 90%. Take photos of stuff that you like,
Yeah?
and we can send him an email. We're making business here. It's fully grown.
Here we go.
Another site that you should not miss is the Witch's Path, which connects the 2 towers and offers amazing views of the surrounding area. We didn't continue on this path as we didn't have any plans of going into the Sesta Tower.
Looks like a little scoop.
What also impressed us was how clean the city is, compared to other major tourist destinations in Italy, except for some overflowing trash bins.
This is the downside of tourism, if you can see. Too much rubbish.
San Marino is definitely worth a visit if you're into historical sites and shopping. After all, it's tax-free and a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Coral.
We do recommend, however, to stay here for a night or 2 instead of Rimini. There are better beaches elsewhere in Italy and there's nothing that really stands out in the city.
The rip-off chain
Yeah?
for tourists.
Rimini is also overly crowded during peak season and lacks the charm and cultural depth of other Italian cities. It's often described as a more mass-market beach resort with not the highest quality food or scenery compared to other coastal destinations in the country. And that concludes our trip to Rimini and San Marino. As always, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Time to go home.
Home.
No, not home, Rimini. Time to go back to Rimini.